There are there's 3 points that I'm gonna go. So the first point being that when you say you're healed, what does that mean? And it could be different for every person. To me, does not mean, oh, I've moved on from the situation and it just because it no longer exists, I'm no longer with this person. That's not what that means. Healed means you can still be presented with that same person, situation, or circumstance, and you are not impacted by it. You're not triggered by it. Let you know that you've healed. You may not heal or realize that how healed you are until you are in a relationship, and those triggers do come up. You can do all the counseling therapy in the world, but it's not until you actually engage with somebody and get in those situations before you realize, man, what they said or did is still triggering me this way. That when you are triggered, that is your invitation from God to transform.
The only way to know that is to be faced with that situation again, or a similar situation again.
Exactly. So to the third point, you realize or you think you're healed and then you get with somebody and you realize you're not, that's when it becomes necessary to disclose what happened in a previous situation and why you reacted the way that you did, or why somebody may have triggered you. What? This and because you don't know at that point, and that person does not know.
Right.
Okay? And so now I've got to sit here and say, listen, my ex-husband assaulted with a deadly weapon and he tried to control me, tried to control my mind, all this stuff. And so when you coming at me telling me what I got to wear and what I got to do this and this, I'm triggered. Okay. And that's why we're having this discourse, and seems like I'm being rebelling while the other person's thinking like, I'm not trying to control you. That's what it looks like, because this is what the scenario looks like. So he can take that information and he can say, okay, I get it. I understand now. Yeah. Now when it becomes excessive is when I hold on to that and I'm using that as a crutch. I'm using that trauma and that trigger as a crutch, as an excuse for my behavior, as an excuse as to why I'm not trying to make this situation better. I don't want to let go. I said this on a podcast, on a show. I said, you got to stop holding it, holding on to things. And a lot of times we will hold on to things and it's normal. You start to function normally because you're holding on to something. All this baggage and all this trauma and all these triggers, it becomes normal for you and becomes dysfunctional to everybody else looking at you holding all this stuff. Because the truth is, if you see somebody holding a bunch of stuff, right, the first thing you want to do as a man is, hey, let me help you out. No, I don't need no help. But it looks dysfunctional to you. But for me, this is normal. That's when it becomes excessive, is when I am now
normalizing your own dysfunction.
Exactly.
We are the throne.